The Schumer shutdown just keeps getting worse and worse for Democrats, and that's because a lot of the reasons the left gave for shutting down the government have turned out to be lies. And this is what's going to be exposed by Senator Kennedy in a tremendous fashion. But before we get to the clips, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video so we can break through the algorithms. Here we go.
But there's clearly a wing of the Democratic Party that can only be described accurately as the socialist wing of the party. And that party is in ascendancy. That party is in control. Now, my friend Senator Schumer is the leader of the Democrats in the United States Senate, and he, of course, has instructed his colleagues to vote to shut down government. I don't think Senator Schumer is the leader of this effort. Congresswoman Ocasio Cortez is. She's running the show. It was no accident the other day the Congresswoman let it slip. She said, if you really want to negotiate an end of this shutdown, come see me. Here is what the socialist wing of the Democratic Party, led by Congresswoman Ocasio Cortez, has said to the American people and to the United States Congress and the Republicans in Congress. If you Republicans don't agree to make the federal government $1.5 trillion, not million dollars, not billion dollars, $1.5 trillion bigger, we're going to shut government down. Well, of course we said no. Ocasio Cortez is asking us to do is to repeal the health care reforms in the One Big Beautiful Bill. We just passed them. We just passed them. Here it is, Subtitle B, Health in the One Big Beautiful Bill. Now, we didn't cut Medicaid in the One Big Beautiful Bill. In fact, under our bill, Medicaid is going to increase 2% a year over the next 10 years. Now, what we did by reforming Medicaid, which Congresswoman Ocasio Cortez wants us to reverse, we cut out the waste and the fraud. For example, we found out that there are, no kidding, I'm not just making this up, we found out that there are 2.8 million people on Medicaid who are double dipping in America. They're either signing up for Medicaid in Louisiana and Mississippi, double dipping, or they're signing up for Medicaid in Louisiana and they're signing up for the Obamacare subsidies. That's called cheating. Our bill would put an end to that. And it would save about $140 billion on 10 years. The socialist wing of the Democratic Party and Congresswoman Ocasio Cortez want us to reverse that. The second thing we did in our health care reforms in the One Big Beautiful Bill is to say you've got to stop lying when you apply for Medicaid. Just in Louisiana, we did a statistical sample of the people on Medicaid in Louisiana. Our auditors found 1,600 people on Medicaid making $100,000 a year or more. That's cheating. So our bill put an end to that. Congresswoman Ocasio Cortez and the socialist wing of the Democratic Party want us to put it back. They want to let people cheat. What else are the socialists asking for in this $1.5 trillion? Well, they're saying we don't want people who can work to work. We put a provision in our bill that the Congresswoman and the socialist wing of her party want us to take out that says, look, if you're between the ages of 19 and 64 and you're able-bodied, we're not talking about a mother with a sick child in her arms, you're able-bodied, you're perfectly healthy, and you don't have any dependent kids at home, then if you qualify based on income, we'll give you Medicaid, but you have to work. You have to work 20 hours a week or go to school 20 hours a week or do community service 20 hours a week, because the free enterprise system, jobs, have done more to lift people out of poverty than all the social programs put together. That's what's called a work requirement. What's wrong with that? Those who can't work should work. Our welfare programs were meant to be bridges, not parking lots. Congresswoman Ocasio Cortez and the socialist wing of her party want us to reverse all of that. Congresswoman Ocasio Cortez got very, very upset, as did the socialist wing of her party, when the president sent over what's called a rescission package. Basically, President Trump just said, we want you to take some stuff out of the budget that we think is wasteful. And we did. And that upset the Congresswoman. She's entitled to be upset if she wants to. But that really upset the socialist wing of the party. And so we took out, and here's what they want us to put back in. We found that under President Biden, they were spending $3 million for circumcisions and vasectomies in Zambia. We took that out. The Congresswoman says, we're going to shut down government till you put that back in. We found $500,000 of American taxpayer money for electric buses in Rwanda. We found $3.6 million for pastry cooking classes and dance focus groups for male prostitutes in Haiti. I kid you not. I'm not making this up. It was in the budget under President Biden. We took it out. Congresswoman Ocasio Cortez in the socialist wing, the loon wing of the Democratic Party, says we're going to shut down government until you put it back in. I'll just read you a few more that we took out. They are demanding we put back in. $6 million for media organizations for the Palestinians. $833,000 for transgender people in Nepal. $300,000 for a pride parade in Lesotho. $882,000 for social media mentorship in Serbia. $4.2 million. We took it out. The Congresswoman and the socialist wing of their party says we got to put that back in for the open government. $4.2 million for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and intersex people in the Western Balkans and Uganda. I could spend the rest of the afternoon here. We took all that out. It upset Congresswoman Ocasio Cortez. It upset the socialist wing of her party. And now that wing of her party and the Congresswoman are threatening all other Democrats and saying, you've got to shut that government down until we get what we want. And part of what they want is to add this kind of stuff back into the bill.
It would be hilarious if it wasn't so infuriating, right? But I do love the simple fact that Senator Kennedy is over here saying repeatedly that the socialist wing of the Democrat Party is in control over and over and over again. Now, why do I love this? Because I've been saying this for years now. The Democrat Party no longer exists the way you think it does. It has been taken over by the radical leftists, by the socialists, by the communists. They're the ones actually in control. It's not Chuck Schumer. It's AOC. And of course, one of the reasons we can speculate as to why Schumer is choosing to shut down the government after saying it's a dumb idea to shut down the government is because AOC is actually eyeing his Senate seat in New York. So of course, he has to appear more progressive, more willing to fight Trump at any cost. And now, of course, we have the Schumer shutdown. But AOC apparently is the one really calling the shots. And I love seeing Senator Kennedy call that out as well. But what exactly is he calling out? All right. The Democrats, not only do they want our healthcare system wide open for illegal immigrants, they also want to get rid of the waste, fraud, and abuse checks. Bring all that back in. Bring in the double dippers. Bring in the people who make too much money to actually qualify for Medicaid. Oh, we're going to give all of that to them anyway, because what are the socialists really after? Universal healthcare, government-run healthcare. That's their end game, and that's what they're fighting for right now. But also, of course, they want to get rid of the work requirements. But of course, not just that. It's all the wasteful spending that DOGE actually uncovered and cut out, right? The Democrats want all of that back, right? And just a quick rundown of that, $4 million for the LGBTQ plus projects in the Balkans and Uganda, $3.6 million for cooking and dance workshops for male sex workers in Haiti, $500,000 to purchase electric buses in Rwanda, $6 million to subsidize Palestinian media outlets, more than $833,000 for transgender training initiatives in Nepal, $300,000 to sponsor Pride Parade in Lesotho, nearly $900,000 for mentorships and social media programs in Serbia, and $3 million for circumcision and sterilization sterilization programs in Zambia. Now, please tell me right now, AOC, how does this actually help the American people? Why do our tax dollars have to go overseas for these left-wing woke projects? Because not only do you have, training for sex workers and LGBTQ plus initiatives, you also have basically depopulation in Zambia. Because if there's one thing that the leftists really hate for some reason, it's having a large population in Africa. That sounds a little racist to me, okay? But this is exactly what the left wing is fighting for. And I love how Kennedy points this all out and shoves it in their faces. Because where do they go from here? Oh, just back to all their left-wing news organization outlets and say, see, it's the Republicans trying to stop Americans from getting health care, when it's exactly the opposite. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and say hi to your mom for me. Do you like t-shirts? Of course you do. And now you can support the channel by buying an Angry Teacher t-shirt designed by me, Angry Teacher. So if you like America, if you like freedom, if you like liberty, then go ahead and click the link in the description, where all designs, of course, are 100% mother approved. So enjoy yourself and find something you like today.